you. Okay, so next we've got okay. I see. Okay, Rebecca. So you said if my niche includes both individuals and groups, do you have suggestions to market clearly to both, or can I? Under one business, Island A and B are pretty much the same. Yeah, can you give us a bit more context on that?
Yeah, sure. I'll start by saying that, like, even though I've had my wellness practice in 2008, I've only started working full time in it, or decided to work full time in my practice this year. And
Wow.
so
Okay.
I need to do the work, right? So I would still, though, consider myself on step one, probably in the steps of building your business. Even though I feel like I have a pretty good following and people know what I do. And maybe it's imposter syndrome. I don't know. It's just, I'm still working on it. So I would, and I'm still working on my niche, but this is kind of where I'm at right now. That I help individuals and groups. I know it's a little bit vague, but more adults in workplaces who are struggling with managing self-care and stress to become more resourced, more relaxed, and more supported in their journey. Um, so yeah, it's still quite vague,
Okay.
but I'm kind of working on honing it down. Um, really sharing resources for people to feel empowered with their self care, to feel resourced within themselves and in their communities. And specifically, I'm moving into more of sharing like mental health first aid. So I'm going to be focusing on that, and psychological health and safety in the workplace. So yeah, there's a lot of moving parts there, and it all, everything sort of fits into my wellness practice, but it's like my wellness practice feels like the umbrella. um, and then there's all these like different little niches within that practice, right? So can I kind of focus on like one niche at a time and keep it all under one umbrella, or should I really think about like creating a separate business for workplace wellness, or things like that?
Workplace wellness as opposed to.
Like seeing individuals one on one. So I have a private practice where I work one on one with individuals, helping them explore self care and stress management. And then I also do like body work with them as well if they need that little extra support. And then I do workplace wellness programming. And so I do the same thing with groups
Yeah.
of people. So I teach group practice. And then I also help workplaces create like sustainable plans for wellness amongst their employees.
Right. Okay. So yeah, the at one level, the sort of end user is the same person. The
Yeah.
person sitting in your workplace wellness workshop, the person lying down on the massage table, the person doing a one-on-one consult, same person basically. But with the workplace, your client is not the person sitting there in the workshop. They're the one hiring you. So just for everyone, good to remember, whoever pays you, that's the client. So it's the classic thing of, well, it's summer camp. Is it the kid or is it the parent? It's the parent. I mean, also, do you want to have materials for the kids so the kids think it's cool? Yeah, but that's all. That's the parent's the one making the decision usually on that. So then it's a different island A and B for them, right? For the individual, it's like I'm stressed out. I got to take better care of myself. I need support with that. For the workplace, it's we're having too many absentees. People are sick and people are burned out and people are snapping at each other and whatever all the consequences are of the lack of self-care, they're hiring you to deal with that. Or we're losing people to other companies, so we want to show them we take really good care of them, and here's a perk of working with us as you get the support. But so it's a different island A and island B. I don't think that needs to be a different website at all, because I think it all fits under this umbrella of self-care. And it's just, hey, are you an employer and you're wanting to bring self-care into the workplace versus into your individual life? here's the homework I would give on this is, and for anyone who wants to hone their niche and their kind of ideal client, go to marketingforhippies.com/puttering prep. And that's the exercise I give to people before they do a one-on-one session with me around niching. These are my favorite exercises I've come up with around figuring out your niche in the target market. So I would dig deep into that, and probably for most of you actually. Now the reality is you've only got as much clarity as you got. Yeah, you'll a year from now you could go through the exact same questions and you'll have a better answer just because you have more experience. Let's start with what you got. And the idea of at the end of that is that you come up with this in a single page. Here's my ideal client, roughly written out. That's the goal. And from there, we just keep honing over time. Work with a client. Oh, I didn't like them. What could I add to this thing so they would never have shown up? Or I loved that client. How do I get more of them? Oh, I should add something about this into the ideal client. And over time, it becomes so clear, and we figure out who we most want to work with. Yeah. And now, I'll leave it there. That's probably good enough for now. But thank you so much. It's good to see you, by the way.
Thanks a lot.